Hi guys, I am Janine. I am from the YouTube channel My Artsy Heart, and I have been creating art journal pages for the last couple of years, maybe 2 years, and I just found myself creating more and more art journal pages that are inspired by the Bible and just in general my feelings towards the Bible and studying God's Word has become a bit more apparent. I've been dealing with some personal things the last year or so, and I just feel like God has reached out to me in a way, and I kind of want to grab that and run with it and see where it goes. And so I've been seeing a lot of YouTube videos on people doing Bible journaling, faith journaling, and I really thought that that's something that I could get into because I just feel like I have this message in my heart. And since I'm already doing art journaling in just the normal journal pages, I thought that I could do a subsection and just share my art and stuff with you guys. I probably won't always be sharing personal messages when it comes to the Bible, because a lot of things I believe is quite personal and should stay that way, but for the most part the things that I'll be doing in here, that's just coloring, I would like to share with you guys, and I hope that that will inspire you. So I went out and bought this lovely Bible. I'll link some stores where you can find this Bible, and I'm just so in love with it. So I'd like to show you guys how it looks. I didn't film this before I started coloring because I wanted to actually just play a bit around in this journal and just see how my paints and inks and stuff reacts to it, so that I know when I actually start filming a proper page how I would actually go about it. So I'm just going to share with you guys what I did and how I did each of these pages. So let me just open up. So this one's already been colored, and you can see I like to use bold, bright colors, and for this page particularly I used these, which is the Distress inks from Tim Holtz, and they just reacted lovely to this. The only thing that I would say is this is a bit of a thicker page, the front pages, and I don't know if it catches on camera, but it has actually bled through a little bit. But what I love about this is you can really create some beautiful detailed works, like, you know, you can mix the colors and stuff, and it really does, it looks printed on. So this is the second one that I did, and there I was just playing around with some pens, and again on this page it looks fine, but on the actual Bible pages itself it bleeds through and it pushes through on normal pens. So you have to be very careful what you actually use on these pages. Again, you can see some of it bleeding through with this Distress inks, although I have to say I'm super glad I did do these pages in these inks because it's really lovely. Now this one's not finished yet, but I just played around using some pencils. So the pencils that I used on here is water soluble pencils, and this is big pencils. So this is the ones that I used on there, and then I just used the paintbrush. This is actually pens. I don't think I'll ever be using those again. It's this Seedless fine line pens. They look super nice on these pages, but when you page over you can see it completely bleeds through and you can't read the other side of this page. So you guys, if you start your own journal, Bible journaling, then you have to kind of think for yourself, what is it that you want to get out of this journal? If it's just going to be coloring in, that's fine, but then you need to well, then you can basically use products like this that will bleed through, because you don't really mind if it covers up any of the pages. For me personally, I'm going to be doing an in-depth study of the Bible as I go along, and it's going to be really meaningful to me, so I really want the whole Bible to still be intact and readable after I've put all my stuff on here. So that's just something to think about. So again, this is just pencils, just playing around, more pencils, and there's lots of space on here that I haven't done anything on, that I probably will, but I'll use these pages more of a test pages so that I can see how products react onto these pages. So yeah, I just used my gelatos and just see how it reacts, and I wanted to see how it reacts with the metallic ones versus the normal just plain gelatos. And I have to say, I think I'm definitely gonna go the gelatos route. I smushed some onto my craft mat and painted on there with this, so that's also gelato. So this is also gelatos, and I just squish them onto the page, and then I use a little bit of water in a misting bottle to spray it onto the page, and then I can also just rub it around a little bit if I liked to do that. I also tried some gelatos on this page and just see how it reacts in these colors. Now the thing about gelatos is it'll always kind of come off, and I mixed some metallics with the normal ones on these pages, so they do have a little bit of shine on them here and there. But if you are familiar with gelatos, you'll know exactly how they will react. If you are not, then I would suggest having a play around with gelatos first, because you can do heaps of stuff with them. If you gesso your page before you put the gelatos on, that'll also react differently. So that's just also something to think about, and that's why I really like these translation pages. I didn't cover them up, so I can still read them, but at the same time I'm still using them as just basically test pages to see how my products react. So the next page I'm going to show you guys is just this page. This is the start of the Old Testament, and this is the normal Bible paper, so it's the very thin kind of translucent paper, and with this I used the distress inks on it, and I really love how this came out. It looks kind of printed. The only thing I would say about it is it does definitely bleed through, and so I'm not too happy about that. Like you can see, it does definitely bleed through, although I won't really be using this side of the page, so for this purpose that'll be okay. So this is the actual first entry in my Bible that I did. And for me it was very important to actually read through the scriptures first and before I started coloring it, and that's exactly what I did. I did a whole study of this piece, and I read some sermon notes on it, and you guys will actually be surprised if you have to go back to the account of the creation and just read what it is about again, because I just feel like even though we are adults now and we have read this before when we were children, you kind of just get new perspective on it, and there was just things in here that really spoke to me, and it was just so eye-opening kind of to just go through this again. And when I read some of the sermon notes, it just all kind of made sense to me, and I thought to myself, how great is God really? You forget about it, you know He's there, you know He's great, but when you read this you kind of go, oh, He's amazing. He's not great, He's just absolutely amazing, you know. And so that was just my personal thoughts when I started reading this again. And for me personally, I'm going to try to go through the Bible from Genesis through to Revelations. We'll see how that goes, but I think because this Bible journal is so beautiful, I probably won't get bored with the scriptures, and I'm just going to quickly do a flip through. So this page isn't finished yet. I'll probably do a flip through later of what I did at the end of the day with this page, but I'm just going to put some tags and stuff in here, and I've just made some personal notes, and I'll just attach that with one of these little paper clips that I've made. I'll show you guys how to make that later. So I'm just going to do a quick flip through. And I just wanted to show you guys that I did use the stress inks on this page to do this, so it does kind of bleed through, which is okay because it's a blank on this side, but I don't like that too much. I probably won't do that again in the future, because if there was a double-sided one and I did do some art coloring on this side, then it would bleed through and, you know, kind of mess up the next page. So that's just something to think about, but it's basically your personal preference, so you should do what you think is best for this Bible. So I just feel like this artwork is going to help me to get a message out of a page that I necessarily didn't read, or I read it but it didn't stand out for me. So like this, for example, I would maybe not have read that and saw it that way. I would have maybe got something else out of this page, and so that's just really nice. And then there's lots of space that you can still create your own art on. So there's, you know, heaps of spaces that are empty that you can still do your own, you know, thing on if you found that, you know, you have something on your mind. Like, let's just go to this. You know, there's one, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blank pages. So I mean, you can do your own artwork on here, so you can read a message, and you know, whatever stands out for you, you can do your own artwork on here. So that makes this journal, this art Bible journal, really great for me personally, because I have another channel and I'm quite busy in the day. I have an infant daughter who's 7 months old, and she has you know, she needs lots of attention, so I don't have time to sit and do beautiful artwork from scratch every single day. But I'd like to read my Bible every day, and I'd like to be creative every day. So this just makes it really quite easy, and it just helps me to, you know, stay on track. So I'm just going to flip through and show you guys some of this beautiful artworks that's in here. Look at this beautiful 10 Commandments. That's really lovely. It's going to color so nice. And you know, just look at this tree. I adore this tree. That's just so beautiful. And look at all these beautiful artworks on here. So I'm going to be doing heaps of this you know, coloring and stuff in this Bible, and I just wanted to show you guys that, you know, it really is such a beautiful Bible to have, and you can really make it your own. So the next thing I want to show you guys is just these little inserts that you can make and attach your own personal notes in. So this one, for example, I'm just going to put in here like that. And look how beautiful that is. So what you need to do is have a piece of ribbon. You just fold it in half like that. You loop it through just a normal paper clip. This is a small one. And you loop that end through the hole, and you just pull it. And it'll make a knot like that. And you can just cut off the excess of that ribbon on there. And you can even make little bows like this one that I'd made, and that looks super cute in there as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and there'll be heaps more of this to come. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys later in the next one. See ya, bye.